Scientists reveal the shocking truth about Neanderthal disappearance. Welcome to Science for Real, where truth surpasses imagination. Today, we will delve into one of the greatest mysteries of human history, the disappearance of the Neanderthals. Scientists have revealed groundbreaking new findings that shed light on why a species that once dominated Europe and parts of Asia vanished so suddenly. Was it due to harsh natural disasters, fierce competition with our ancestors, Homo sapiens, or did the Neanderthals possess self-destructive traits? Join us as we embark on a journey to uncover these surprising truths. 1. Neanderthals and their Golden Age. Neanderthals, the prehistoric warriors with robust builds and keen eyes, appeared on Earth around 430,000 years ago. Imagine a group of muscular, sun-tanned people surviving harsh winters without the luxury of trendy down jackets. They weren't just skilled artists whose cave paintings were the most fashionable masterpieces of their time, but also master hunters, who knew how to push back boredom by chasing colossal beasts, a challenge we now only dare to attempt in virtual reality games. The Golden Age of the Neanderthals stands as a sparkling mystery in history. Gatherings around campfires, sharing tales of adventure while gnawing on roasted lamb bones, were their royal feasts. It's astonishing to think that they could craft sharp stone tools with their own hands without a single user manual, a true testament to DIY genius. With extraordinary survival skills, Neanderthals proved that they were far from being muscle without brains among the hominids. The secrets of their lives and their mysterious disappearance continue to puzzle and fascinate scientists. Did they spend their final days swapping jokes and roaring with laughter? The Golden Age of the Neanderthals isn't just a legend, it is evidence that they were once revered survival masters with stories that never lose their intrigue. 2. Harsh climate and the Ms4 period. The Ms4 period, marine isotope stage 4, was one of the most challenging eras for Neanderthals as they faced the relentless trials of nature. Imagine living in a world where one day the sun is shining brightly, and within a month, ice blankets the landscape, ushering in a winter that stretches on for hundreds of years without any sign of relief. This was the reality Neanderthals had to endure. With sudden temperature drops and a constantly changing environment, Neanderthals had to push their survival instincts to the limit. They developed more sophisticated hunting tools, shifted to hunting smaller game, and even incorporated plants into their diet, perhaps one of the earliest instances of vegetarianism, though not for any fashionable reason. But that was only the beginning. This period resembled the hardest level in a survival game, as Neanderthal groups had to migrate in search of less hostile areas known as refugia. These oases were their last safe havens, yet they were fraught with danger. Could they still laugh and share stories by the fire after a day of hunting through snowstorms, or did they face hunger and despair? The harsh climate of Ms4 was the ultimate test of their resilience and strength, highlighting their extraordinary survival instincts but also sealing their tragic fate. 3. The Toba super eruption. If you think today's climate challenges are difficult, imagine an event that occurred around 74,000 years ago: the Toba super eruption, one of the largest natural disasters ever recorded on Earth. Mount Toba, located in present-day Indonesia, erupted with catastrophic force, creating a global ash veil that shrouded the planet and nearly erased sunlight for years. Picture living through a prolonged, volcanic winter, cold, barren, and sunless, resembling scenes from a Hollywood disaster movie. Neanderthals, who were already adapted to harsh climates, now faced an unprecedented survival challenge. Food became scarce as large animals, their main food source, began to disappear due to habitat loss. This rapid need to adapt forced them to alter their hunting and eating habits, a prehistoric, culinary revolution no one could have anticipated. The Toba catastrophe not only led to food shortages but also drastically reduced their population, resulting in a phenomenon known as a genetic bottleneck, which decreased genetic diversity and left Neanderthals more vulnerable to disease and future environmental changes. Despite these immense hardships, some Neanderthal groups showed remarkable resilience, enduring through the tough years and leaving their mark on human history before facing new trials that awaited them. 4. The struggle for survival with Homo sapiens. In their harsh journey for survival, Neanderthals faced not only natural disasters but also their greatest rival Homo sapiens. Emerging in Europe around 43,000 years ago and spreading from Africa, Homo sapiens introduced a level of competition unlike anything Neanderthals had encountered. If Neanderthals were the muscular warriors adapted to cold, Homo sapiens were the masters of innovation, bringing with them sophisticated technology, art, and unique survival strategies. Homo sapiens were not just adept at crafting tools, they also harnessed complex social networks for cooperation and information sharing. They could build boats, expand along coastal routes, and fish a trendy food source with less competition than hunting large game. While Neanderthals primarily hunted in dense forests, Homo sapiens were more versatile, exploiting both grasslands and expansive open plains. Surprisingly, there is no evidence of bloody conflicts between the two species. Instead, they encountered, coexisted, and even interbred. This interbreeding allowed Homo sapiens to acquire crucial genes from Neanderthals, enhancing their immune systems and adaptability to climates. However, this genetic exchange came at a cost for Neanderthals. With smaller population sizes and slower reproduction rates, they were gradually overshadowed and absorbed by Homo sapiens. Though no real battles took place, the silent competition between these two species was a drama of survival where only one would prevail. Homo sapiens, with their technology and adaptable society, proved that sometimes adaptability and creativity are the ultimate keys to victory. 5. Biological limits and population decline. Neanderthals, despite their strength and resilience, faced unavoidable biological limitations. With their robust physiques and solid muscle mass, they required a substantial calorie intake estimated between 4,000 to 5,000 calories per day, especially under cold conditions. This posed a significant challenge when food sources became scarce due to climate change or natural disasters. Their heavy reliance on hunting large animals left them particularly vulnerable when the environment shifted rapidly and prey grew scarce. Moreover, Neanderthals reached maturity faster than Homo sapiens, often becoming adults by their late teenage years. This accelerated development left them with less time to learn, hone social skills, and foster creativity compared to their Homo sapien counterparts, who had a longer childhood to accumulate knowledge and build complex social networks. Low genetic diversity also played a crucial role in their population decline. Small, isolated Neanderthal groups often faced inbreeding, which increased the risk of genetic disorders and reduced resistance to diseases. This issue became even more severe when they encountered Homo sapiens, who brought new pathogens that Neanderthals were ill-equipped to fight off effectively. Combining these factors, high caloric needs, rapid development, and limited genetic diversity, put Neanderthals at a disadvantage when faced with environmental upheavals and intense competition. Population decline became inevitable, making survival through major crises, such as volcanic eruptions or significant climate shifts, nearly impossible for them. 6. Interbreeding and its consequences. The interbreeding between Neanderthals and Homo sapiens is not just one of the most fascinating mysteries of human history, but also an unexpectedly humorous tale. Imagine a fateful meeting between two groups where, instead of clashing over the last piece of roasted meat by a crackling fire, they locked eyes and decided to, quite literally, get closer. The result? Prehistoric dating that led to descendants who walk among us today. Interbreeding was not just an amusing tale but a shrewd survival strategy. Homo sapiens, intelligent and cunning, borrowed powerful genes from Neanderthals, such as a stronger immune system to fight diseases and better adaptation to cold climates. For Neanderthals, however, blending into Homo sapiens was more like attending their final feast, never to return. Although there is no evidence of violent conflicts, this silent merger gradually reduced the Neanderthal population until they disappeared entirely. What remains a mystery is how these complex relationships ultimately led to the extinction of one species. Were there heated debates over who would go hunting and who would tend the fire, or did Neanderthals simply fail to keep up with Homo sapiens' humor-filled storytelling gatherings? Whatever the reasons, the outcome was the assimilation of Neanderthals into the Homo sapiens gene pool. Today, if you happen to have deep-set eyes or an impressively robust immune system, don't be surprised. That's a gift from your Neanderthal ancestors. But be careful, you might still have a touch of that ancient humor waiting to be discovered. 7. The DNA Legacy of Neanderthals. Although Neanderthals disappeared from the Earth around 40,000 years ago, they continue to live on within us in an unexpected way through their DNA legacy. Surprised? It turns out that modern humans are not as pure Homo sapiens as we once thought. Instead, we carry a small portion of genes inherited from our Neanderthal ancestors, particularly those outside of African descent. About 1–2% of the DNA in modern humans comes from Neanderthals, carrying fascinating and sometimes peculiar influences. One of the most valuable legacies from Neanderthals is their robust immune capabilities. These genes helped our ancestors fend off diseases and adapt better to new environments. However, not all genes were gifts. Some Neanderthal genes are associated with modern conditions such as type 2 diabetes, Crohn's disease, and even depression, a package no one expects to receive from a distant relative. Beyond health, Neanderthal genes may also influence behavioral traits and cognition. Some research suggests that certain inherited genes can affect sleep patterns, reactions to sunlight, and even personality traits. So, if you find yourself with odd habits or an uncanny tolerance for cold, it could be that your Neanderthal spirit is shining through. Neanderthals, with their resilient existence and surprising genetic legacy, have proven that they never truly vanished. They remain an integral part of the rich, mysterious story of evolution, living on in each of us in a way no one could have anticipated. So, we have explored the mysteries surrounding the disappearance of the Neanderthals, from harsh climate changes to fierce competition with Homo sapiens and natural genetic factors. These findings not only provide us with a deeper understanding of human history but also remind us that life is a journey filled with challenges, where only those who can adapt truly survive. Thank you for watching today's episode on Science for Real. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on more fascinating discoveries. We are here to bring you thrilling stories from the world of science and natural history. Science for Real, where truth surpasses imagination. See you on our next journey of discovery.